What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Sweat It Out podcast.
If you want to be successful, look inside.
We don't like sitting in the discomfort.
Then all of a sudden that day came when I got $20 and 2 free drinks to do a show, and I was like, oh shit, here we go, baby. You know?
Thank God she hasn't caught a chicken yet because she'll tear his head off.
Don't be soft.
That patience is key.
If all my friends are winning, then it's going to make me want to win more.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Because I know I'm ready today because I'm about to bring the energy because somebody's tired over here. Welcome back to the Sweat It Out podcast, guys. We're excited to give you the experiences, the stuff that we've learned, and share it with our audience. How about you, Josh?
Don't call me out, you piece of shit. You motherfucker. You're not the one on Spirit Airlines every fucking month.
Wait, what? So wait.
Sleeping on your couch with no blanket.
You're not going on Spirit this time.
I know, thank God. They cancel it, so thanks, Spirit. You know, not a sponsor yet.
Where are you flying now?
Well, American, not much better, but
no, but you do get
also not a sponsor yet.
Yeah. So we're gonna get 2 airline sponsors.
Yeah, of course. You know, competitors. That's how sponsorships work. You know.
Okay. And how are those flights for you?
Oh, they're fantastic. You know, we get to be with my own thoughts. That's always tremendous for me.
That's right, because Spirit doesn't have TVs, right?
No TVs. I'm not a big TV guy anyway. I'm pretty good. I usually just fall asleep. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, the edibles help. So.
Well, you're on. Well, on top of the fact that you have to fly the Spirit route, but
that's only because it flies out of Aguadilla.
Well, but on top of that, it's the hours that you have to fly out and in.
Yeah. Coming from Puerto Rico in, it's like 2:30 in the morning. Going out is midnight. So.
And those are the only flights.
And they're always delayed.
It's crazy.
So I get home to like 4.
Kudos to you, though.
Gotta make it happen, man. So we can be here. I can be with your, tremendous Hawaiian shirt self. So
you already know.
Well,
speaking about making it happen, let's talk a little bit about, what is it that what does it take for people to make it happen, especially in today's world, as coaches specifically, and where do you see things headed forward in the future? And how we're going to be able to continue to make things happen. I definitely want to know what your thoughts are, and then I'll throw mine in.
Where do you want to start with that,
I guess we'll start with, obviously we know we're in a world where virtual, digital, social media it's definitely becoming the conqueror, right? And don't get me wrong, in person, anything, that's face-to-face it always has its own energy and power to it, and you can't beat it. But with the way that things are going now, what do you feel it's going to take to make it happen in the next, even now in this next year to the next 5-10 years to really be dominant in your space?
So I think, let's start it off by the person, you're a coach, right? And you do in-person training, or you want to be a coach in general, right? You're just getting started out. I think there's 3 big things that you got to really focus on, right? Number 1, what is it that you actually want to accomplish? Mm-hmm. Meaning, do you want to make a shit ton of money? Are you trying to bring people's, more value? Are you trying to, do small ticket? Are you trying to do higher ticket? What exactly are you trying to accomplish, right? Small ticket meaning small amounts of money, $10, $15 a month, maybe $100. High ticket, $1,500 plus. I would say that would be considered high ticket, right? Number 2 is how much patience do you really have, right? Do you have a shit ton of bills that are coming up, right? And do you have other financial obligations that are going to take away from your ability to actually wait, and not wait and mean your effort, right? But wait in terms of the amount of time that it's truly going to take for you to be able to see the results financially and, with the amount of clients that you have and the value that you bring to them. And number 3 comes down to who are you really want to work with, right? I know you were on a coaching call earlier today, and you were telling one of your clients, you got to figure out who you want to work with before you can actually go out and build the products, answer the questions that they have and build products around those questions, right?
Totally.
And it really does come down to who would you want to go have a beer with? Who would you want to go have a coffee with? Mm-hmm. It's because those are the people that you're going to be most excited to work with.
100%.
So if you can start with those 3 things, I think, you're off to a good start. And anybody who's ever talked to me and asked me advice, I'm like, oh, well, you've been in the online game for a couple of years now. It's I made a tremendous amount of mistakes, spent $25,000 plus on my first iteration of my website, you know, did the small ticket thing. And to be honest, like, I don't have the platform to be, you know, you have to have a tremendous amount of followers, or you have to have a lot of people in your online community to be able to actually see the monetary benefit from $10 or $15 workouts. Or you got to use one of these platforms like Ladder, or, you know, what's the other one? Playbook, you know, there's so many different names.
I'll tell you something about that too, but.
Right. But, you know, it's like you really do need a huge following to be able to get the monetary value that you need to be able to continue driving it. Because at the end of the day, right, like as coaches, we're always told, or you always hear from other coaches, like, you know, the money doesn't matter, and, you know,
the money fucking matters.
You know, you know, the only thing that matters is like getting your clients results and doing else. It's like, well, I got fucking $130,000 plus in student loans from getting my master's and my undergrad degree.
How do you expect to get your clients great results if you can't even take care of yourself?
Right. You know, so money does matter, you know, because money, again, is not everything, but money does provide you with more resources to be able to do the shit that you want to do, whether it's in your business, whether it's, you know, with your family, whether it's in your personal life. Like, money does matter, right? So you got to figure out those things so that you can, one, provide value to your clients, right, by answering the questions and bringing them the type of quality programs that they need. And number two, like, to be able to live your own fucking life the way you want to live. Like, I don't live to work, right? I work to live, you know? Yeah. And the benefit of me being able to work is that I get to change a whole bunch of people's lives.
Totally.
Right. And that just makes me want to work more and work harder. Right. But I don't, you see this a lot in the fitness industry, right? Like, people spending endless hours in the gym. Like, I've never been one of those people, mainly because I want to go out and experience things that other people outside of the fitness industry also experience, right? Like, I personally, and nothing against any, you know, coach or person who loves going to the gym, who wants to spend 4 hours. If that's what you love to do, you know, more power to you.
And you've done it.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
We've experienced it, but it's just, there's a different stage in our life now that we want to be able to do different things and impact differently.
For sure. And I think, you know, when you're able to kind of take yourself out of that gym setting, right, or whatever you're doing in business, right, you're in the coaching realm now, when you can take yourself out of that coaching setting and you can be around people who have nothing to do at all with the industry you work in, you can learn so much about life.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it's a benefit that I feel like, you know, we've talked about this on the podcast before, is like, you know, talk to your clients about, you know, what they do, learn about their lives, learn about their processes, learn about what made them successful, right? They're not paying for, you know, in my case, in your case, your high ticket program because they didn't find success in their own field, right? Or their own life with their own families, right?
So I think we can always agree on that, you know, as, you know, especially if you're dealing with high profile individuals, you're always going to learn a lot. You know, not only they're going to learn from you, of course, and you're the one coaching them and teaching them how to become, you know, especially in the health and fitness realm, better individuals with their health and fitness and be able to live a more optimal lifestyle. But you're going to learn from them all the successes that they've had to build those successful businesses, to build the structure they have, the operations, the systems, which right there, that's going to give you an advantage in the game of whatever it is that you want to go pursuing, whether it's your coaching business or other things in life.
Right, for sure. And most importantly, right, you got to do what makes you happy, you know, but if you want to be successful in the online world, right, I think we should start pivoting towards that, right? If you want to be successful in the online business, number one, you have to have patience, right? Yeah. Number two, you got to learn what are the actual tools, the essential tools that you need. And thank God I have you there, man, because, you know, I get so much on my mind, you know, between the move to Puerto Rico and everything else going on that, you know, I don't have the time to research this stuff. So thank God I have you in my corner, right? And so understanding the essential tools that you need to actually run a successful business, right? And number three, kind of piggybacking off of what I just said, right, is like find the people that you can have in your corner to fill in those cracks, to teach you the lessons like I have with you, right? Like we have with the guys at Bam & Co. That, you know, you guys have done more on the business side than I have, right? I'm obviously more fitness driven. You ask me a lot of fitness questions, right? So that you can go out and help your clients as well and help them become better coaches, because that's my forte, right? That's where, you know, I got my education in, is like training and helping people accomplish their goals when it comes to training and nutrition. But find those people in your corner, right, who can not only tell you, hey, maybe you should think about this or maybe you should think about that, but tell you what not to do and ask you the difficult questions. And I think this goes across the board, right? Asking you the difficult questions that you're not ready to or that you're too afraid to ask yourself, right? But when someone else asks you that, oh, no problem, I'll answer it for you.
Yeah. No, 100%, man. 100%. And I think that, you know, moving forward with the involvement of our industry and where things are headed to and what is it going to take, I think it's also realizing that, you know, this threading and burning of having to go session per session per session and just have this cycle over and over again, it's getting overdone, it's getting overused, it's getting tiring. And we're even realizing that we can get better results for our clients with different ways of coaching, with giving them actual tools and tangible tools for them to actually learn how to be able to do things on their own instead of just constantly doing it for them, right? In a way where it's like they show up, we give them the exact thing, we have to sit there like, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, where we can go out there and now show them online as well, where it's like, hey, we're going to coach you through these things. Here are these videos. Here are this stuff. Here's the materials. And don't get me wrong, there's certain things that you, in person, you can learn tremendously that you're not going to be able to do in online. Technique and certain cues and understanding your body and feeling it differently and understanding it better than you can online, which I think in the future we're going to be able to enhance certain things online, never to the point of in person, but to another level we can address certain things. So don't get me wrong, in person has its place. But I think when it comes to like the lifestyle coaching approach, the habits that need to be created, the mindset that needs to be instilled, I think that there is a certain degree where that type of coaching capability is going to help that person so much with their own fitness journey than just sitting there and training them, right? There's so much also more to it. And I think when we can also understand that, it's going to allow us to realize we don't have to go session per session, reach this stage of burnout, having to do, 10, 15 sessions a day, where we can actually take a step back and say, well, let's say we do a hybrid model. We still want to coach our people in person. Well, we can see them instead of 5 times a week, 4 times a week. Let's see them once or twice at most. And then the rest of the week, well, I'm going to coach them. I'm going to coach them by giving them the right materials, by giving them these videos. And even then, maybe you only bring it to once a week in person, and then you just do a follow-up call with them throughout the week, 20, 30 minutes, and you just say, hey, how are you doing? You're checking in, asking the right questions, seeing where they're at. What can you help them with? What are they enjoying the most? What are they struggling the most with, right? So now you're actually doing more coaching than you are training, right? You're actually helping this person at a deeper level. So I think seeing things at that level, it's going to make coaches realize that we can also create more success in our clients' lives when we approach it differently. And this doesn't take away from the in-person at all either. But we're working smarter and we're bringing both together, because I think we're also in a time where you're seeing a lot of there's a hidden battle that we're not talking about, where a lot of only in-person coaches are like, no, because online's a piece of shit. Like, you can't do it.
I mean, it can be, though.
It
can be. There's a lot of shitty online
100%.
trainers,
100%.
A lot of shitty online coaches in general.
100%. And I think that goes for both, right? There's many online shitty coaches, and there's also a lot of in-person shitty coaches, right? Mm-hmm. But I think if we can bring people together and figure out a way to work together where it's like, where does online serve its massive value, and where does in-person serve its massive value, and we can figure out a way that's going to work both for the client and for the coach himself. Because as a client, you don't want to be that client, early in the morning or late at night, where you're not getting the full best of your coach, because they're drained, because it's that last session, that first session, and they're tired because the day before cranking sessions out till super late, right? As well. So you also learn as a coach, you also learn to preserve your energy and give your energy at the highest level, because you don't have to thread and burn through all these sessions. And then you also can give your best to that client of yours, right? So I think that with the way things are going in the coaching industry, I think that we are going to be able to evolve and work as smarter coaches. And I think for all coaches out there, both online and in person, you have to learn to realize that it's going to take an effort on both sides of realizing that they're both needed, right? They're both needed. Not one is better than the other. They both have their advantages and disadvantages. And then again, it's going to understand, like, at the end of the day, what do you want? What do you want as a coach? Where do you want to go? Like, who are the people you want to work with, right? And defining that to a T.
Well, and I think too, like when you just think about human beings in general, right? Like we innately seek out knowledge, right? We innately want to learn, you know. And what I always tell my clients, you know, when they're getting started with me is, or I'm on a sales call with them, hey, listen, whether you're with me for 3 months, 6 months, a year, or 5 years, doesn't matter to me, right? I'm going to teach you, like you said, the habits that are necessary in order to be able to make yourself successful, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you the insight that I've learned over the past decade plus that I've been working in the industry and the mistakes that I've made, so that you don't have to make those mistakes yourself, so that you can hit the ground running as fast as possible, you know, to be able to accomplish your goals in the most efficient manner that you can.
Totally.
You know, and I want you to be able to take away from your experience with me as your coach, right, that you feel confident each and every day to be able to set your own goals, figure out why you want to accomplish those goals, figure out what plan is best for you for that current time, right? Because that's the only way that you're going to truly be able to make that goal a reality, is if you set a certain expectation and you understand if that goal is the right goal for you at the time, right? Because life gets in the way sometimes, 100%. Right? Sometimes shit is crazy for you and you can't, you know, sometimes we set these goals where, like, where we're actually at, it's not, they don't align, you know? So does this goal align with where you're at in life? Does this goal align with the amount of effort that you're going to be able to put into it, or does it not? And if it does, okay, perfect. Then here's the plan of action that you know you're going to be able to take from this day forward, so that you can go out there and make that goal a reality.
And I think the other thing too, when it comes to that what we're talking about, I think it is very important as coaches to teach our clients how to be able to achieve their goals as well when they're on their own. Because, you know, you hear that thing where it's like, well, no, you want your client to depend on you all the time, 24/7. You want to make them feel like they can't do anything without you at all, because that's why they pay you. But no, I think we have to realize that that's not exactly what we want. Yes, are our clients paying us for information, teaching, coaching, knowledge? 100%. But if you're teaching your client that they need you 24/7, well, then that's the habit you're creating, and they're going to be 24/7 thinking that they can't do anything without you. And then you're actually hurting them, because at the end of the day, guys, your clients are not going to always, and yourself. Your clients are not going to always be with you. Like, it is what it is. Like, you're not with them 24/7. And also, too, there are going to be moments where they are on vacations, they are going to places, they are doing things without you, and then it's going to hurt you in the long run. So you need to coach and teach your clients that this is how you can be successful without me all the time.
Well, and listen, like this happened with me when I was coaching people in person. Is they thought, okay, I'm with Josh for an hour. Everything I do in that hour is
that it?
That's
it.
Exactly.
I'm getting all the results I want.
Is the only thing that matters, right? It's like, well, there's 23 hours left in the day. When the fuck are you doing with that time, right? My job as an online coach, right, is to teach you that not only does that 30 minutes or that hour call that I have with you matter, which it does matter, because we're going to reshift a lot of your beliefs around the obstacles that you're facing, right? So that you can actually go out and overcome them. But that the rest of the time that you're by yourself, or you're with your family, or you're at work, that matters too.
And that you're aware of you're aware of the things going on around you, and that you create awareness around knowing that these are the steps you need to take daily to achieve that goal at hand that is so important for you, right? Without needing your coach 24/7 or thinking that your coach is the only way for you to succeed, right? A good coach is going to tell you and show you and give you the tools that you need and coach you through those mental roadblocks and those barriers that you need to get over to instill those proper habits that you need to take on your own so you have success continuously moving forward. And realizing, you know what? My coach is important. My coach helps me and guides me. Like I always like to say, your coach, right? Us as coaches, we're the GPS to their car. We're not controlling the car. They're controlling the car. But we're the GPS, we're the navigation system. So when we can show them that and say, hey, we're your GPS, but you're the car every single day, right? So you can use our tools, you can use what we taught you and what we showed you to navigate. But at the end of the day, you're taking the turns. You're driving faster, you're driving slower. You're stopping, you're going, right? You're turning the blinker, you're not turning the blinker. You're turning the wipers, you're not turning the wipers. You're in control at the end of the day. And we want you to know that that's very important. But you need to also learn that, hey, we're just your GPS. We're going to guide you, but you're still making the decisions.
Mm. And I think, you know, you mentioned at the beginning of the podcast you want to talk about, this is really the only thing I have to say on you know, the future of online coaching, right, is we as coaches as a whole, you know, need to do a better job of teaching our communities the benefit of hiring a coach, right? Can you get the job done yourself? I have no doubt that you're more than capable of doing it. But is it the most efficient use of your time? Is it the most efficient use of your money, right? Like, okay, my program costs $3,500 or $2,500 or $1,500, whatever it may be. Like, yeah, maybe it's a lot of money to you, but is that money worth more to you than learning how to figure out how to do this for yourself, learning how to lose weight, learning how to, you know, on your end, build a successful coaching business? Is that small amount of money in the lifetime of your, you know, life of your career, right? When you're going to be making money, is that small dollar amount worth more than learning the skills necessary to be able to do something for the rest of your life?
Totally. And this is where you have to, as the consumer, as the, you know, as the client, or as the person want to hire the health and fitness professional, or hire the other coach to help you build your business or take it to the next level, whatever it is, you need to ask yourself, is me investing this dollar amount going to cost more now, or waiting 6 months and being in the same fucking position that I'm in currently because I didn't do something? What costs more? You investing now, creating change, moving the needle, moving your life forward, or looking 6 months later and saying, why the fuck didn't I do something? Because I'm in the same freaking position again.
100%.
What's going to cost you more? Because what's going to happen is when you look back and you sit in 6 months now, you're like, holy shit. Well, guess what? Now you're in a deeper hole, in the sense of you lost 6 months that you could have been doing something already, where you could have already gained traction, whether it was for your business or for your health. So think about that. Let that sink in for a sec, right? We think about it all the time too when we're working with coaches. We have coaches, right? Coaches need coaches, trainers need trainers, therapists need therapists. Everybody needs somebody in their field that can help them get somewhere else faster, right? So ask yourself that. Ask yourself that, because that's going to help you realize and make the right decision to speed up the process for you, right? To speed up the process, especially especially in your industry. Look for somebody else in your industry that has the years, the time, the success to show for it, and learn from that person, coach with that person.
Amen, brother. I think that, you know, at the end of the day, if you're even contemplating that you can't do it yourself, or you've known that like it's a struggle for you to be able to make your goals a reality, go out and hire a fucking coach, right? Just go out and hire somebody. You know, at the end of the day, you'll make more money. I promise you. Yeah. I've been there. You've been there. Everybody I've ever talked to has been able to go out and make more money. But actually making the things that you want to happen in your life a reality is life-changing. Yeah. So go out and hire a coach that's going to help you actually do those things.
Totally. Guys, whether it's making more money, starting your first business, enhancing your relationship with your business partner or your spouse, getting healthy, losing the weight, getting stronger, whatever the heck it is that you want to return on, it's going to benefit you so much more when you hire a professional coach that can get you there faster, efficiently, safely, and smartly.
Smartly. I love that.
Boom.
The Cuban words from the
It is what it
Cubanito himself.
That's right.
The bearded wonder.
The bearded wonder, baby.
Yeah, we got to get you. Maybe we should make that your new logo, just with the beard. You'd be like the Cuban James Harden.
Oh yeah. Dropping those dimes from the 3-point line.
How do you think about that? The Cuban James Harden TM trademark.
Let's do it.
Can you do that with somebody else's name? I wonder. Well,
I don't know.
Maybe we'll find out. If you get sued, then we'll know.
The Cuban Harden.
We'll figure it out.
We'll see.
But guys, go hire yourself a coach. It's not going to be that bad. It's worth the money every single time. But go and find a good coach. Yes. Hire Mendez. Hire myself. I mean, we're obviously jaded, but go and hire us.
And most importantly, guys, look, as much as John was saying, like, hire us. Yes, 100% we would like to work with you. with anybody who's interested in working with either of us in what we do in our respective fields. But most importantly, hire somebody you align with. Hire somebody that aligns with your goals, your vision, right? Hire somebody that aligns with your morals and your values. One thing I tell people all the time, when I look for a coach, whether they have an amazing program or not, and let's say it's something I'm like, man, that program is going to help me make tons of money, right, as a business coach. But guess what? Just because I know it can make me tons of money, if I don't align with that coach, I'm not going to work with them. Because if I have to spend my time and money on somebody that I don't align with, that I have to get on calls with to teach me stuff, and we just don't click, it's going to suck. So if you align with us, amazing.
Hit us
up. If you
up.
don't, amazing too. And we'll find you people that you can align with. But we're here to help you. So if you do believe in us and you do align with us, we want you to extend yourself out to us. We will extend our arms back and help you and guide you through whatever process that you need to go through. Much love, guys. Anything else?
Reach out to us.
Done.
We're only a DM away. You know,
we are only a DM away.
We're here
We
to
don't
help
bite.
you. We're here to help you. Make sure that you reach out. It's not that big of a deal. We're real people. We want to help you.
Are we real people?
I don't know. Sometimes I think it's a fucking dream.
Right,
but,
we're all freaks in our own world.
dude, I'm definitely a
Well,
freak.
we're real.
If you're a freak like
freaky
me,
people. That's just
if you're a freak like me, hit me up.
Oh man,
All
what a
right.
fun one.
Yeah.
Love you.
Good way
Love
to
you
end it.
guys.
Peace out.